Okay, this is the second trial, so let's do this. So what do we do to get ready for the day when you're cleaning and on the field, also taking phone calls and customer service related and trying to schedule on sites for your cleaning company? So I will say that ideally you want to prepare everything the night before. So in the morning when you get up, you're just going to have breakfast, make sure that you're ready for the day, because I don't know if you noticed, but when we don't eat breakfast and we go long hours before we consume something that gives us energy, we just really get really grouchy. So we don't want to do that, because when we get to our customers, especially if we have customers in the house, we want to be really pleasant. We want to say good morning. We want to say hi to everyone. We want to be professional. So you want to be with the right energy, and your body needs to have the right energy. So you need to have a good, healthy breakfast before you start. You got to make sure that your work orders are ready to go, that you have the keys for the houses that require keys, the passcode for the security alarm, that you have the cleaning racks, vacuum supplies, equipment. It's very important. If you are on the field and you're taking customer service call, you want to have an agenda, a small one, where you can put in your apron so you can take notes. You can take, you can have a pen and a paper pad and make sure that you have it in your apron, so when someone calls in the middle of a cleaning, and obviously you're going to have a Bluetooth, that when somebody calls in the middle of the cleaning, that you can actually take the right dates for the right customers. At the first year I made a lot of mistakes when I was writing things, and I would put it in a sticky pad. Next thing you know, it will get wet, and it was a nightmare. I wasn't very organized, guys. I made it happen, but I wasn't very organized. So I will highly recommend that you are extremely organized, that you have a pad with you, that you have your phone in the apron, or a fanny pack, so when somebody calls and they give you an address, you can Google it right there, so you can make sure that you have the right address. I also made a lot of mistakes with that, because I would write the address, and then when I put it in Google, I couldn't find it, so I had to call the customer back hours later saying, I don't need to confirm the address. Or sometimes I'll get in the car and I'll go clean, and next thing I go to the wrong address because I took some letters wrong. So you gotta make sure that when you have the customer with you on the phone, that you can confirm the address. So if you don't have, it depends on how you like to keep yourself organized, but I highly recommend a notepad and a phone, obviously. But if you have an extra device that you can keep in a fanny pack or your apron, that you can zip it up so it doesn't come out whenever you clean and bend and move, I will highly recommend that, because it will save you a lot of time later. That's if you're on the field and taking customer service call, taking quote requests and stuff like that. Now, when you get to the first house, obviously you want to say hi to everyone that is in the house. If they have pets or kids, you want to make sure that you also say hi to them and that you remember their names. That makes them feel really good. Customers love it when you know their kids' names or the pet names. It makes them feel like you are part of the family, and they get used to you, they like you, and obviously they're not going to leave you if they like you. Even if you make mistakes, they're willing to look the other way, because they feel like they know you. So you clean, you go from one house to another and all of that. You also want to make sure that throughout the day you're very organized, that your cleaning equipment is very clean, because you don't want to get to a house and have the toilet bowl very dirty, looking very weird with a lot of hair or anything like that when you get to the new house that you're going to clean. So, and the vacuum too, you want to make sure that the vacuum is wiped after every time you leave a house. So when you get to the new house, your caddy is clean, your vacuum is clean. So you come in with a clean vacuum, and then you have to leave with a clean vacuum and caddy, so everything looks organized. You want to organize everything so each home can see the equipment completely clean before you start cleaning for them, because otherwise it looks very unprofessional to show up with a vacuum that is full of dust, or with a caddy that has water inside and maybe some hair and dirty paper towel. So you want to make sure that you look very professional throughout the day. In the apron, if you can get zippers, so you can have the phone and the paper pad if you're on the field, that's really helpful. But you're also going to have a bag with the keys that you're going to have for the houses, so you can put it there if need be. If you can put your extra phone there if needed, like get a cheap phone. I wouldn't recommend it expensive. Something just so you can have internet, so you can confirm addresses while you're on the phone with the client. Or if you have a Bluetooth, you don't really need a new phone. You just got to make sure that you have the Bluetooth, and that while you're talking, that you're Googling the address. So at the end of the day, make sure you send out text messages, depending on what your clients prefer, or an email saying, how was your cleaning today? So they don't even know you're going to be. For the most part, I wouldn't recommend that your customers know you're the owner. I would recommend that they think that you're an employee. So when the message from the office comes, from the office, then it looks like the owner is the one sending the messages saying, just want to check in, how was your cleaning today? So it looks really good. And that's going to give you feedback too. What did I miss today? What do I need to improve? Especially if you're new in the cleaning business, you want to know what you can improve. So when you start having employees, you can train them to look for those things. So you can start building a training manual for your company. So you close off the day with a surveys. You track everything. How many cleanings you did today? How many deep cleanings did you do today? How many employees did you have today? And so on. So you want to start, and then you got to pack the car for the next day and put together the work orders for the next day. So the next morning, you just double checking that you have everything right. If you have a last minute cancellation, then you make sure that you handle that in the schedule, so you don't go to the wrong house, especially if they already gave you notice. All right, so I hope that was helpful. I will see you on the next one. Happy Thanksgiving.